it's a Slark into a Mars, but then you think of, well, what support have we got to pair together with this? And it's a Tiny, right? Like, this is not really what you come to expect, the 5 Tiny, unless you've got it. The last time I saw 5 Tiny was when Fnatic were playing it, but, well, they look to get a kill here. There we go.
All right. Yeah, Ray finds it, actually. Wasn't expecting the damage to be enough with that tree throw, but first blood picked up. Unfortunately, the Slark is unable to get
Probably the one hero in the game that out-trades a Tiny super early on. That plus the Leech Seed on top of that just leads for a very bad outcome. So I can understand why they did it.
TZY might be in some trouble. We'll have enough mana to play around with the spear. Hold the Slark into place for the moment, but well, he didn't get enough distance away once the spear connected, so the Slark was easily able to chase him down, and this time he'll get some perma agi as a reward.
Even look to farm this here. Well done by Helios.
Bottom lane as well. Oh, Dream Protector? No, he's going to be okay. Just pushed him out of the arrow range, but they should still be able to chase him down nonetheless as the position 5 on LBZS does go down.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at NJ as well on this Primal Beast. I mean, they've been prioritizing it a fair amount, but...
And go. I mean, you take a look as well. You had that second point in the lead sheet, even going for the double ring of protection just to kind of help out versus Mirana right clicks, which may have been enough to bring him down if it didn't have that extra little armor.
I wonder if this is something where NJ is just going straight back at it.
That he is, and top lane as well. We got some action. So both side lanes, LBZS are going to lose their supports. For Fonte, though,
like,
he's going to try and continue to chase. He's got the movements.
I don't even know if you can kill Dolphin here underneath the tower with a Tree Protector close by.
He's already got 1300 health as well from Dolphin. They're going to try and combine up with the Dragonite Elder Dragon form. It's a lot of damage early on to the left track, but it might not be enough as Dolphin sidesteps out to the right side, dodges the arrow as well, but he won't be able to survive long enough as Team Mystique bring all the boys to the mid lane to have a successful skirmish. He'll even be rewarded with a second kill onto Helios. Let's see if they can get some damage into the tower, though. That's really the important thing with this Dragonite against the Dream Protector.
I like the fact that they went for that right then as well. I don't believe you've got the Tome of Knowledge available just yet, or someone might not have purchased it. But if Dream Protector has Overgrowth, when you go for these dives, he is so much more effective, and they might be able to pick him off.
Yeah, speaking about the dive-in, first pulverize of the game, TZY is still able to drop the arena. Fonte's in a great position to utilize the arena so he can just get the right clicks going. Even a Laguna Blade for good measure to cut away the life of Zone. Now they're going to try and chase up to Ray. No escape for the Rockman. Locked into place. Fonte's off to an incredible start. And what else would you expect out of Alina? Top of the net worth, already 11 minutes in with a dominating streak.
Yeah, I agree.
Match. I'll hold that thought, but what's NJ doing? Are they going to go on him?
He's just farming.
No, no. Okay, so remember how we had Tundra Secret, of course, and the Naga Siren. I won't have a chance as top lane. Flog's being a bit of a nuisance. He's actually going to go for this. He's got the shuttered end. Instant use of the purge as well, so the Overgrowth won't be able to help out. Now Fonte's in trouble. That's where TZY is able to come into play, but the beautiful arena holding them both into the middle. Fonte can now have an escape avenue to get out, but TZY will not have the same fate. Now Dire, they've connected as well. Zone and Ray jumping over the top. They'll find another as the Rubik brought down under the tower as Team Mystique, utilizing the blinks perfectly. Everyone shows
in harm's way. You're a reactionary support, not someone that has a ton of mobility super early on. So the fact that he let himself die first meant that they had to expend the Overgrowth.
They want to take this fight. Toss towards the pulverize. Multiple members of LBZS are incredibly low, and that's where Zone's able to come into play. NJ's not the easiest kill with the hood activated. They'll be able to get rid of the magic absorption pretty quickly thanks to the less track, and the spear's plenty of damage as well.
Get a full 20 charges.
21 charges. All right, so
been able to get away. So yeah,
like Greaves and Pipe is pretty common on offlaners, but maybe this Pipe is going to be a decent answer to the Lesh, because again, we spoke a lot about this Lesh being a counter to the Slark, so maybe that can help mitigate some of the late game worries that the Slark will have. As well, we're going to see Ray jump in, but they've got the arena to be able to protect the members on LBZS, so they've got firm control of this close little proximity as TZY will land the spear on the zone. Dolphin gets the double kill, and Die have to scurry away. That's not an area they could fight into all the ultimates that LBZS were playing with. And
that little bit extra. So maybe that's just the mentality that they're going to be grouping up as 5 a lot. So let's get a good amount of effectiveness out of these aura items.
Well, I guess the one thing that Die do lack is...
They're
going to jump on Fonte. Stoss to be able to set up perfectly for the arrow, but the force stuff might disjoint the follow-up damage. But DQQ is going to be able to jump in, and now Team Mystique, they're already looking for their next target. TZY is on the chopping block, another toss-up from Ray.
They found
They'll find multiple members into the third, but can... Oh, hang on, Dolphin! He's just running mindlessly into the middle of all of Team Mystique's members. Is the Bloodstone going to be enough to keep him healthy through this long drawn-out fight? And, well, the Spirit Vessel can just heavily mitigate that. A crazy attempt from the Leshrac, and meanwhile, bottom lane, Helios.
The Jukes.
Trying to juke to the tree line. Avalanche coming up shortly, but it's not fast enough, as in the end, it's a full wipe globally for Team Mystique.
Yeah, and that was another instance with a very healthy amount of farm.
See what they can get out of this smoke, though, from Dire. Wraparound past Radiant's T1 tower. They're going to scout out Dolphin inside the river. DQQ with the follow-up arrow. It's a lot of damage early on, but the tree tries to get in the middle to protect it, but Ray's combo again! Ray doing it back-to-back team fights, coming in huge for Dire. Helios will escape, mate.
He's going to TP back, realizing that they're probably in the general vicinity, and yeah, look at the pings. They're just saying, let's farm, let's fight right underneath any clear vision that we've got.
Oh no, TZY. He went for the blind spear. The scan connected, so they knew someone was nearby, but for that attempt, he's going to be penalized still. They haven't brought him down just yet. TZY, he'll get the arena off. Maybe enable... Primal Beast. A 1-for-1 early on, but maybe Slark is able to turn it around. They're going to try and target down with the Leshrac. Mage Slayer mitigating a lot of the damage as Ray in with the triple avalanche, and Slark, he might not have the damage to follow up though, as Fonte stands strong, standing his ground, trying to deliver the damage, but it's not enough. They'll double back in. Zone rewarded for the kill. They'll look for their last target as Ray... Well, he started the fight huge, and he'll come in clutch at the end as well to make it another team wipe.
Oh, that could have even gone so much better.
Pre-Leshrac BKB, which would have been a huge item, but they feel like they need to take a fight now with this Observe Ward that scouts out Ray. That's a great target to get the initial pick off onto, but the damage isn't there at the moment. The Slark being able to protect him thanks to the Aghanim Shard, and now Die, they can look to jump into the middle as Radiant, they're stuck inside the river. Fonte, a defensive use to the BKB. But now how can you continue with a team fight with Radiant utilizing way too many resources early on? And the call is to back off. But can Die catch up though? Zone jumping over. Dolphin's going to be able to eat the arrow, but it doesn't matter. All they needed was the initial stun to close the distance onto the Lina. And now the boys have shown up as well, swarming underneath the T1 tower. There's going to be no escape for Dolphin and no escape for TZY, as once again, they're looking for the last member in Guo. A 4-staff over the tree line, only delaying the inevitable, as once again, Team Mystique will fight another team wipe.
Another one, and this is a Slark, right? One of these heroes that's just going to extend the lead more and more as he builds up.
He's going to be chilling. TZY? It's the jump. The boys aren't going to be able to follow up with that spear. Does have the arena to hold Ray into a position though. And of course they know the Slark is all the way up top, so he's starting to make his way down, but it's going to take too long for him to get in the neighborhood to take that team fight before the Tiny goes down. Slark will still run into Dolphin. Leshrac trying to intercept him, but it's not going to be enough just by himself for the moment. It's a 1v1, but he needs the boys. Dolphin's by himself. Zone's doing a great job to hold back Radiant to connect to help out the Leshrac, but still, look at the damage that he's starting to output. Dolphin's AoE damage should be enough to get the kill onto NJ, but Slark goes completely untouched. The magic immunity comes in huge for him just to solo down the Leshrac.
Not just the magic immunity, but the mage
being off the marker. They're going to go back in. Slark, of course, still has a lot of defensive toolkit to utilize. They're going to look to go for the DK instead, but the speed doesn't connect now. Ready, you got to get out. A whiffed initiation might cost it, but Fonte, he wants to try and get himself stacked up, but he doesn't have the Fury Soul stacks to continue to man fight, so it's just an all-out retreat. Fonte, they get this spear onto the Slark off the right side, though they've isolated the Leshrac. An easy kill for Die to find. Now they're on to Fonte next as well, but Alina, now she's got the stacks to work with. They're going to look to play the distance. Just kite to BKB. Once it expires, they can go in for the finishing blow. And that'll be now. Zone, plenty of damage. Into the tree line goes Helios. But there'll be no way he can escape. The Aeon Disc will only buy him some momentarily peace. The boys on Mystique find another team wipe.
They do indeed. And I mean, that a POS 5 that's able to be 4th on damage in a 40+ minute game, that's pretty good.
I think they smoked onto the ward.
Yeah.
This smoke's gonna pop. They know they can't run up the high ground zone. That's an aggressive jump in. They're gonna try and target the Lina. A forced staff to reposition Fonte. And they're doing a good job to kite the BKBs at the moment. That's where the arena is able to come into play, but Slark just locks onto his target directly onto Fonte. That looks like there's gonna be no escape for the carry of LBZS, and with him going down without a buyback, this might be all she wrote. They're gonna surround Dolphin under the T2 tower. He'll make him work for it, but he himself just doesn't have the damage. The Mage Slayer heavily mitigating all the Leshrac can pump out in that team fight, and now the tier 2 will go down, and they'll be rewarded with another full set of barracks here from Team Mystique.
Will it be more than that? And yeah, they actually just called the GG. They realized without the Lina, they're not going to be able to do anything to defend this. And wow, what a great performance from Mystique. I really appreciate the way that they went about this, right? They were just all on aggression. They were all on the same page at every single stage. And they should be feeling very, very proud about that, because they've just gone one step towards dismantling this Lina Treant meta.
That has to give them a lot of confidence now heading into this next draft. The fact that they were able to leave the Lina in, and maybe you can do it in low health, but I do think this should be a pretty decent lane for the Morph.
Now, can the Tiny have another MVP performance?
Yeah.
That's the real question I have for you. I know they were talking it down. Actually, Miranda doesn't have the leap skilled up.
Uh-oh. Kind of gets body blocked as well from NJ. We'll try and get as much damage out as possible before LBZS are able to find first blood. And I mean, if they get another bash, they might look for NJ as well, but
basically the only one you're worried about at that stage is the Faceless Void, so completely understandable as to why NJ would look to go for it.
See Dire kind of grouping up together though inside the jungle. This arrow be off the mark, but it's not going to matter. Zone will look to clean up the mess, an easy kill, but that is probably going to scout out the ward, and yep, instantly Lich pings the high ground. Not really sure if that kill is worth it if they lose that ward.
No, they were probably hoping to be able to find something else, so I'm a little surprised that they actually did commit in for it. Zone, did he pick up he bottled the bounty rune as well at least, so it does mean that movement isn't as wasted.
Coils out. Fonte, he's going to be able to get the kill as well. Okay, beautifully done. There's that first rotation coming out from I guess, well, we just saw the Void Spirit going to the jungle. Catapult down bottom as well. So if they get a kill, they can definitely chain this into a lot of damage onto the tower. It's just a question of how clean can they be with this initial jump. And they're so close to the objective where the LBZS members can look to potentially TP in to protect him. The chain control needs to be perfect, and it looks like it will be. Beautifully done as NJ jumps in to provide that extra damage they needed thanks to the Unleash. And now they know that Helios won't be TP'd in to try and protect the Faceless Void, and well, he's just going to be a freebie now. Team Mystique will find another easy kill for them to find, and well, they're going to give it over to Zone as well. So for the Void Spirit, he'll reap some of the rewards, and that's really important. This is a hero who does have a lot of difficulties with getting farm across the map, a lot of your net worth as well. So Radiant, they've got a lot of early items here to potentially maybe take a team fight and also then consider about getting their own objective.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it still feels the sort of case where are you going to consider using Chrono up here? Yeah, I think Faceless Void just wants any sort of kill for himself, and doesn't seem like Void Spirit's going to be able to stop that even with a rotation up. They will have a look that he's made that rotation though, so could they look to now make a play around this mid lane?
Well, see if not having the Chronosphere might hurt them if the Void wanted to connect to this fight. It's just the Mirana standing nearby at the moment. Dire are going to be a little bit too late to funnel into the neighborhood to keep the Mirana alive, but they're looking for the turnaround. They won't be fast enough though as the Morphling gets silenced instantly as he jumps in. And now TZY is controlling NJ as well, but they've got to be cautious. Zone off to the left side. Playing under the cover of the invis, but they did have a sentry nearby, so they're well aware of his positioning. They're going to turn over the Rubik, and that's where NJ's damage is able to come into play. He'll go now towards the Lich, but the damage, it's just not there. TZY, this early Diffusal Blade is just picking them apart.
It is, and you know, a great roll straight back down towards the bottom side. I think it's a little bit too much to bank on the Faceless Void to do all of the damage, right? Like Pango, yes, he got that super early Diffusal Blade, which led them to win that previous team fight, but after that he's going for the Greaves. Great for sustaining yourself,
boy.
same sort of thing with the Aeon.
Zone's been caught out. The Your Scepter's not going to be enough this time. It'll be used against him with that Remnant stolen. Oh no.
Well, that's a good steal. Yeah, that gives them that little bit of extra damage that we've been wanting, right? Not just him, but the Morphling as well.
They might catch NJ. Telekinesis still on cooldown though, that's a big issue. NJ gets a beautiful double stun, and are protected with the BKB. He can look for more members as well. Look at the unleashed damage go to work, but they themselves group up, so Fonte could just easily step in, land in the corner onto 2, and Dolphin will quickly dispatch of the Team Mystique members. They might actually not. Ray's going to be okay even with the dust there.
Slotted at this stage.
What do you have? He had a scepter already, right?
It was like 24 minutes, Felix. Link Scepter.
NJ.
That's a deep
Off the mark with his jump. He's using a lot just for the kill on the Rubik. Is it really worth using all your abilities to bring down the support? As TZY is going to be off the mark with his own counter initiation, so in the end, not the worst for Dire. They're still going to be cautious though, because LBZS is starting to funnel into their neighborhood, but they might turn onto Dolphin. The first stun is
great Chain Frost.
Oh no, not like this, but the Chain Frost, it'll end on Zone, not getting as much damage as they required to win the team fight. But they're actually looking to still buy back and take it, as Fonte's even going to show up as well.
Oh, it's a big
no
time
Cronus feed to help out in the team fight, as Ray's going to look to reveal the blink as well with a combo onto 2. The damage is there to get the kill onto TZY, but Fonte will easily repair the combo from Tiny. So they
put himself in harm's way. Might even try and bait things out a little bit. Maybe throw out the orb from the tree line. See if they can get a Tiny to initiate it onto him when he's actually surviving. I think they just pinged the fact that he hasn't.
Oh, he broke the legs. He's able to sidestep. But be cautious though, Fonte's not going to have any damage. Marcy popped the BKB before the Chrono, so this is not looking good for Radiant. Where's the Morphling to maybe turn the fight around? He hasn't shown up just yet, but now with the Scepter, here comes the Faceless Void. That's the member they needed to turn the team fight back around. Onto Fonte they go, bringing down the Faceless Void. They'll turn to Dolphin next. The Yules, can he get away with the orb? You bet he can, but Dara in hot pursuit. Remnant's going to be on the mark, sets up perfectly for the arrow. That's what we were waiting for the Morphling to show up with that Scepter reveal, and well, it pays off drastically.
You know, sidekick to be able to regen back up, so it's a lot that you're having to deal with.
They will at least get Roche for free though. They're going to look to try and smoke and make something of it. Chrono's still on cooldown for 30 seconds. The Dolphin's going to jump in. No hesitation with dropping the coil onto NJ. Ray still feels like they're strong enough to take the team fight, but Dire a little bit disconnected to follow up with his jump in, so they're going to bleed another kill.
Just a little slow on Ray there. I thought maybe he could have been in position to be able to save the Marcy, and well, that's a big bonus for LBZS.
You know, afterwards when the unleash is popped, if you're able to force staff away or kind of stun her down and use the defensive items, then all of a sudden NJ might not have the effectiveness that they need out of her, so unleash is, the Nullify is also going to really help out there.
Yeah, that prevents you from getting kited so heavily.
Run into the Morphling of the triangle. Could have been some trouble. Bubble drop, Fonte. Easy use of the Chronosphere, of course. No shard yet picked up here for the Morphling, maybe hoping he finds it with that second Roshan, but as a result of not having the Icon of Shard, he'll go down, and now NJ will as well. They're just bleeding kills across the map. Team Mystique, what's going on? A little bit of a blunder here from everyone.
Certainly not what I expected for them to just feed kill after kill.
Actually, in pursuit, smoke up from them, looking to try and catch out LBZS.
And they're just going to back off entirely.
Puck's good for the team.
Yeah, but
gonna be able to catch out Guo. The TP forced to be stopped here as soon as the Lich saw that some of the members were running directly at him. Well, with the Lich being the first kind of point of contact, it means that everyone else on LBZS will be okay. A Rolling Thunder used down bottom to try and clear the creeps and get out. Meanwhile, mid lane Morphling does pop the Aeon Disc, which actually might be enough for Zone to secure the kill. Yules sets up for the 8th Remnant. Void's going to come into play to provide the damage required to get the kill. So, all right, beautifully done. 70 seconds without having to worry about the puck.
Yeah, I was really expecting that to have that Aeon Disc. It's just going to make it so much easier.
Do you feel like that is still the priority in a lot of the fights here for the Void Spirit? Is it ever going to change?
I think you just don't want to be...
NJ? Oh, BKB used just solely for the Lich.
Yeah, I was about to say you don't want to be too antsy popping the BKB, but you might be able to... You feel like you can man fight this Void?
I don't think he can escape either, so it's just like, all right, I got to go for it. I'm going to maybe hope I can get lucky with a couple of bashes, but it doesn't matter. An unfair fire to some of the shot. Radiant, they won't be underneath it though, so smoke from them is not going to be caught out. And they might run into the Morphling. Not an easy kill at all. Helios forced to start. They might be able to blow him up before he gets the attribute shift off. The damage isn't enough. Uh-oh, he pops the BKB. Now M's going to look to turn it around. There's just nothing they can do.
Oh, it's coming
Maybe
though.
Actually, hang on. Morphling is going to look to try and TP up. Forced to stop because the BKB wasn't there to cover the full TP duration, and a little bit awkward. I thought all of a sudden it was just going to turn it completely around, but it just didn't have enough left available.
I thought it was a lot awkward. You know, all the boys didn't feel like helping him out. A couple of them didn't have TPs available, but...
Fonte? They're going to run into TZY. Combo's able to set up perfectly for the damage. As meanwhile, Dolphin's able to back up as well. A great positioning out of the puck. Lands the coil onto 2, so there's going to be no escape from the support. So will there? Fonte, a little bit off the mark with his own Time Walk as Marana looks for a TP, an ambitious one at best. As Fonte will find that bashed to slam the door home.
Just 15 seconds until... Actually in here first.
Instant use of the BKB.
Yeah. Are they going to look to chase?
Inside the jungle, they're actually onto the puck. Dolphin might be in a little bit of trouble as NJ tries to jump in. Is the control going to be there after the phase shift? And it's not. So puck will get out and TZY looks to roll into the middle. Onto Marcy they go. Still not enough damage, but maybe the chain frost's bouncing back and forth. That'll secure the initial kill for LBZS. They have detection though. Ray caught out for the moment, but the Moonlight Shadow is soon to expire. They're going to be back onto one. I mention another item. Morphling actually did go into the Aghanim Shard.
Okay. I mean, if you're not taking the Roche, then you kind of have to.
Yeah. It is
25 himself.
Much needed item as Ray should go down bottom. Full usage out of the Rolling Thunder, dude. It's so annoying to play versus Pango. He's got that 15 talent for the extra duration, just bouncing back and forth. So, no Tiny for 60 seconds. They are a little bit split, though, on LBZS. Cautious as zone.
No one is nearby.
Aeon Disc is still on cooldown for the moment. Oh, no, they group up for the corner, but that's where the Aghanim Shard's able to come into play. So Fonte needs a turn for the Void Spirit, but he doesn't have the damage nor the control, but that's where the puck can come into play. A coil used at the last second to hold the Void Spirit into place. They're already looking for more. Rubik gets the stun. The telekinesis drag back with a Morphling protected down to the south though. NJ is on to TZY. A bash inside the Rolling Thunder. They got the damage to secure the kill, but up to the north. The Morphling, he's still in trouble. Manta into the waveform. That'll get him out of harm's way. Looks like Team Mystique. Are they on full retreat or do they want to go back in? Unleash, it's on cooldown for NJ, so he doesn't have the damage to get the kill onto the supports as Dire just stuck around for a little bit too long. All abilities aren't in the arsenal to turn this fight back around as LBZS will come out on top. And what a great position to have a successful team fight, because now they can look to get some objectives.
Really nice time, and I still think it's a great game for it, but we haven't seen the cancellation of these Ghost Scepters. We haven't seen the Frost Shield taken off in these team fights.
Alright. Morphling just brought out for the Octarine. Let's see if they're going to be able to blow him up. The attribute shift, of course, is there, but the damage is just too much. Morphling gone without a buyback. NJ quickly dispatches of the Lich, and up to the northern side as well. Their attention is onto the Pain Clear, but it means that they can't protect NJ. As the Marcy attempting to do God's work, targeting down the Rubik, but he just doesn't have the damage. Radiant control the Marcy, who buys back instantly. They will at least get down on one of their members with a TP, but off to the other side, Zone was also able to get rid of TZY, so let's gem on the deck. No one's able to pick that up for the moment. Do they actually want to fight Team Mystique? They've got a great ward on their cliff, but looks like Radiant will back out.
Who's going to get first vision of this DD bottom? You're going to get greedy and give it over to the Void. Find out this puck, because, yep, Aeon Disc is available though.
Yeah, let's see if that's going to be enough to keep him alive. Arrow, no, that's the chrono. On to 3 from Fonte. Everything you would need to take the team fight. And now they'll turn to the Void Spirit as well. But Ray tosses him away. Maybe that's enough to buy Zone some time to get the Astral Step out. Can they chase him down? It's going to be up to the puck to close the distance. But Zone out to the left side. Dolphins in hot pursuit with a coil landing. The control, the damage will be there after to secure the 4th kill. And that was all set up thanks to Fonte's chrono.
I was wondering if he was going to go.
They're completely out of it, but it's getting close to that stage. 15,000 gold lead. And it might soon to be more as well as LBZS moving over to Dice. Triangle. First point of contact is going to be the Tiny. And it's an early use of the BKB from Fonte. And unfortunately for the Tiny, the Ghost Scepter's not able to keep him alive. NJ does get a quick and easy pick off onto the Lich, but he's not able to catch up to TZY. And just put protective of them, but look how hesitant Dire are though. No one else is following up onto NJ. They just don't want to commit into the middle. They're just watching their member get blown up in their faces. The game.
Oh, DQQ ends up arrowing a creep.
Helios is just going to look to try and waste some time. Even Guagu actually jumps up to the high ground. Lich, no messing around with his initiation. But Dire have now brought all the boys to the team fight. Mirana's going to be easily brought down, but simultaneously the Lich is killed off as well, but NJ won't get anything more out of it as Fonte flies over into the river. Can they still take the team fight on Team Mystique with the numbers disadvantage? And it looks like that's not going to be the case as Fonte, well, they'll have the E-plate to protect the Void Spirit for a little bit, but purged off thanks to the Witchbane. And now Morphling, I mean, he's looking to try and clean up, but I don't think he can do this by himself, and he's barely tickling Fonte. We'll just narrowly dodge the Chronosphere, but it doesn't matter. 4 members are down without a buyback. It's Morphling against the world, but oh no, he didn't even make it to the high ground. We'll still get that time walk away, but it's not going to matter. The creeps are inside the base, and they're just going to look to end it.
No buyback on any hero on Mystique right now. Closest one is the Mirana, still 160 gold away. They might be able to find this pickoff as well on to that. That's GG. He doesn't have buyback. Tier 4s are getting hit. They can just look to commit onto this one. So very, very different story from game number 1. It kind of felt like Mystique were a little bit lost at sea this time around. And, well, I wonder if it means that the way for them to draft moving forward, I don't want to like dumb it down too much, but it was a very, very clear game plan for them in game number 1. Pick these heroes that dive in, that are able to punish the Lina, and then build sustainable so that we don't die.
Go. We'll be okay. The Glim's going to be forced out there to send DQQ back. I mean, when you have meta, this should be a pretty much guaranteed kill. You've got so much damage coming out, you can't escape with that Glimpse to drag them away. Bottom lane, actually, Arc Warden is in not the greatest position at all. A little deep is definitely one way to put it. He got the ball, that's all right. Well worth getting the ball from giving up first blood over to TZY.
Where's Ray in all of this? He had max health and mana. I mean, sure, he was making a pull happen, but probably shouldn't do that when the lane is pushed that far forward.
You got to blame the Arc Warden, right? If he gets caught out when the support's pulling?
Yes, but probably don't run forwards, you know, like when that's happening. Try and run back to your team.
Top lane, DQQ. He's going to end up going down. They'll trade supports, though. Not the worst. Fonte will continue to right-click NJ, so it does look like the Terrorblade will come out a little bit on top in regards to the resource exchange between the two cores. They've got Catapult. They're going to cut the wave as well, and it seems like there's nothing Dire can really do to protect this. Like, if Dolphin leaves the lane, then Zone's just going to commit the Elder Dragon form and beat onto the tower, so you're going to have to bring someone else, and that's where Helios can come into play, but they're already on to Guo. They'll send it back with the Glimpse, but the damage has been dealt way too fast for them to handle. But maybe Fonte with a wraparound with the Metamorphosis can look to get some revenge.
Exo's almost
run out. A lot of damage onto NJ early on, but can he get that bonus health back? Well, he'll get a kill for his good measures, and maybe now, I mean, NJ's okay. He doesn't really have the mana to turn it on to Fonte, so the Snapfire will be the sacrifice.
He doesn't have enough mana to TP out if he wants to, but he's just going to...
is arguably one of the biggest counters to the Terrorblade. So do you feel like that Mystique are really concerned about the farm that Fonte gets? We'll hold that thought. Ray, in combination with DQQ, is going to look to try and make a play with a smoke, but great position from TZY. Anticipating this movement up towards it. Triangle pops the smoke and finds a kill into the clockwork.
I would still be a little concerned about the Terrorblade just because he is the one that's going to be assisting with taking these towers. And when you think of combinations together with a Disruptor, Beastmaster and Nightstalker are like the two that you look to think of, right? Because you're just going to be able to get so much value out of the Glimpse. It's going to be heavily on the back of Dolphin starting a lot of these early team fights. Oh.
Are they going to have the damage after the chain control, and DQQ, he provides it. That point-blank Scatterblast level 3 was even enough to get the kill. Dolphin really struggling in the game like this. I mean, we saw how difficult his lane was, but even after then, he's not been able to find much farm.
They could go for a Blink Stun here into the Kisses if anyone
They're going to go for NJ instead. Static Storm drop with Fonte's Metamorphosis damage. The mechanism will not be enough to keep him alive. The health burst, and he'll still go down afterwards. A bit of a killing spree for Fonte to find. 411 gold injected into the bank.
Puck's come mid, but again, Dolphin doing the right thing, not showing himself in the lane for too long. So I think what I would be looking to do if I'm Mystique is just put even more pressure on the Puck than she already has been. She's sitting last in all of the cores. Oh, could be found. There it is.
It's going to be the Rubik. Globs it down, but Dolphin's going to react. They've still got a decent chunk of the Metamorphosis, so they can capitalize on Dolphin's coil. And now Gua will even catch up to another member as well, so both supports on Mystique are going to take a spill, and that's huge. Fonte got both the kills as well, so even more gold given over to the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I don't think you can have anything pushing down on this bottom side. Guogo is going to put himself here as well. I want to see if they throw a Hawk in, it's still 20 seconds away, but just around this tower. So if anyone TP's in, you glimpse it straight back.
Look at the smoke from LBZS into the triangle. That ward placed prior. Arc Warden doesn't have the greatest health pool as well, and Helios with the stolen Scatterblast just easily cleans up the Arc. The boys are smoking. This is an interesting path that they're going to take towards a triangle. Helios will try and TP up, but DQQ with a cookie just on the edge to bring him down, but that's an exo committed for this. You've got to get more out of it.
You do. I mean, they're going to try and push mid a little bit, at least try and force someone back, but again, it's probably just another kill that they're going to give up for free. Glimpse available once again. They were wanting to use it here onto Ray. They're just saying, you know what, Puck's going to be able to deal with it herself.
Oh, NJ, hang on, Puck? Hang on, Puck? You can't get run into an exo like that. Oh, what?
No, you cannot. That is an interesting play for sure. Double damage being pinged down at the moment. DQQ having to take it away just so that Fonte doesn't pick it up for himself. Kind of gave them a little bit of breathing room that they probably shouldn't have, right?
Prophet ducks in the tree line. They want to try and combine the Static Storm with the Metamorphosis like we saw prior. And the roar from TZY down to the south will make sure there's going to be no escape for the Death Prophet and not Radiant.
Couldn't even grieve.
I don't know if you can fight into the Terrorblade right now, and we'll see Zone drag back to his own death. A glimpse from Gua giving them a double kill, and they're going to instantly look to turn to Roche because they've got the Helm of the Overlord, so it might be Dire that find the first. Will be a little bit too far away to connect on potentially killing off the real Arc. They'll get the Tempest double though, nonetheless.
They will, and they'll also look to keyword the area,
actually intercepted? Beastmaster,
nice
he's
silence.
been caught out by Zone, and simultaneously the Clockwork tries to get the initiation as well. They'll still turn their attention over to TZY, securing the kill off for the offlaner, and they're already looking for more as well. As Zone finds a jump in. Maybe the Mortimer Kisses wasn't as necessary for the kill, but well, they will still be able to find it. A 2-for-1 with Exo even used from NJ. So a lot of ultimates are actually... We're going to see smoke from LBZS. Hawk, I think it did just get a glimpse of Zone 1. Now they'll definitely have confirmation of their positioning. Dolphin, no hesitation, in the middle with the claw, and you've got the Skadi as well, so Zone will not be able to escape. It's just a question of, can they get more? Or maybe Zone actually gets out though. Great placement out of the magnetic field will keep them alive, but still, multiple members are going to go down from the boys on Radiant. Mystique, casualties of flow, and now Fonte, well, he can look to some more objectives as well.
The Dragon Knight has picked up the Aghanim Scepter for himself, going into the Manta next, kind of like what we were expecting. I do still want to see him go the BKB, though. It feels like even if he... Oh, actually, speaking of DK, we'll be able to just get away.
Yeah, not in the river though. TZY shouldn't have the same fate. They'll get him out of the cogs and maybe even turn around. The Ancient Black Dragon doing so much damage into Ray. Looks like TZY should still go down. And they might even turn now to the Helm of the Overlord creep as well. So a lot of gold given over the boys on Radiant.
A lot of experience as well. An Ancient Black Dragon giving it.
Oh, okay. Helios still Exo. So somehow the Rubik has this to help them siege it down. Radiant, of course, have an easy way to scout it out thanks to the Rocket Flare. So it's not going to be a free Roche this time. But it is falling pretty goddamn fast. They need a way to enter.
Disruptor pick.
And Zone's going to jump out of the right side. They'll target down the Disruptor. An easy kill for them to start the team fight. But can they get more out of it? Off to the left, they're on the real Arc Warden. Fonte in combination with Dolphin. Take away the Arc Warden. Now they'll turn to NJ as well. A cookie into the middle will not protect him at all. But Zone, hang on. This Dragonite, he feels strong enough to take the team fight. But Helios, he got all the health back. Another Sunder, they'll turn it back around. Zone's health pool just evaporates as Fonte rewarded with a double kill. And now they'll get the second Roshan as well as LBZS. See what they can do with the smoke here. Team Mystique, they're going to be running into the Ages. Meta's up in 10 seconds as well. If you're not perfect with this, then it's just going to be an easy teardown as you've got this MKB now. Well, that's a long hook shot from Ray, but maybe not the target he was hoping for in Fonte. They'll still turn towards the Disruptor and now look to bring down with the Rubik as well. Both supports easily being killed off. Fonte will not have the same fate. A BKB used defensively to escape. The lanes aren't in the greatest position though for Radiant to capitalize on those couple of kills.
Yeah, they're still pushing in the mid lane, and of course Arc Warden super capable of dealing with the side lanes just through the Tempest double again. But yeah, no tier 2 tower gotten. Are they finding a pick off on Ray? I'm not sure what he's doing in that position.
Might have been the dive bomb that was there to set up for them to also jump in off. Zone farming. And Helios is going to have this high ground vision advantage. And the rest of the boys are like, oh, don't know, we tried to TP. There's going to be no escape, and now they're forced to fight. NJ, he popped the Exo, he's roaring to go. But as soon as Fonte shows up to the neighborhood, they're just going to kite them. Roar onto the Death Prophet, and the MKB is just ripping apart the DP. The bubble will buy him some space. The cogs as well. NJ's not down just yet. He's going to run straight on top of Fonte, but still with the Metamorphosis damage, dispatches the Death Prophet, and now Fonte will turn to the right, targeting down Zone's Dragonite. Now you've got to be cautious. Aegis did just expire. If they continue to kite him and blow him up from afar, they'll come out on top of the team fight. Team Mystique, beautifully done. It was looking like a really rough start, but in the end, looking to try and get those tier 4 neutral items as Ray. Does he run directly into Fonte? He's the one that's leading the charge. Oh, Zone's they're tipping out. They'll cancel it now. Zone looks to start the fight. Not the greatest start for the Dragonite as Fonte's just pummeling into the position 2. Zone will go down with ease. And now, what's the call from Radiant? Do you still want to stick around? Exo's committed, so they feel strong to take the team fight as NJ, he's going to charge it in the middle, straight towards a Terrorblade. Mortimer kisses, they're raining down artillery support as well as NJ standing strong, but the Arc Warden is nowhere to be seen. Without the Arc, there's just nothing they can do to man-fight the Terrorblade because he's got his own little fight. Park completely zoning away. DQQ will jump on forward to get rid of the Snapfire. They've even found the real one. They've even caught up the Arc Warden as well as Helios. The stolen Dragon Tail chucks him back towards Fonte. Terrorblade. Bye-bye Arc Warden. And now your base soon to be under siege as well. Luckily enough for them, the meta's going to expire and the lanes are pushed out. But
always good, especially considering you've got that refresher shard on the TB.
Such a messy team fight, but that was... Alright, Zone, he's going to jump in. I'm going to try and target him with the Beastmaster for the moment. It's a lot of damage. Can they secure the kill there, the Greaves? Giving a little bit of health back, but it's not enough. And now with the jump in for the Arc Warden as well. Along with the Mortimer Kisses, Helios will go down, and they'll turn towards the Terrorblade. Of course, he's got the Aegis to work with. He'll pop the Refresher inside the back as well. I don't know if they can kill him a second time, man. This guy is not an easy person to bring down, so they'll just look to avoid him. Going for the supporting cask instead, but now Dolphin's nearby as well. But jump in, targeting down with the Dragonite. Zone, trying to play around with a free pathing. He won't make it up to the high ground, except turns to try and have the mano a mano. I suppose he's got a buyback to be able to utilize, but it's going to be Forthin's just toying with them. Look at what he's doing for them across the map. Leaving the DK vulnerable, but that's where the Arc Warden's able to come into play. will keep Zone alive for the moment. Now with the reinforcements showing up, NJ will run straight to the middle with the X, so it's plenty of damage against the BKB. This will not protect TZY this time. They might go high ground. They might have had enough of, maybe they've had enough of Dolphin. There's the first stun. There's just no more.
Dolphin's just so huge at this point. Like the Witchblade itself, the Remnant's Approach.
Jump in, they're going to try and target down NJ. Look at the damage out of the Terrorblade early on. NJ, he won't be survivable. They get a gigantic kill onto the Death Prophet, and they're looking for more as well as TZY jumps in with the Roar. Is going to hold the Dragon Knight into place as Fonte can get the damage going. Finally, LBZS. It feels like it's a code they haven't been able to crack in such a long time, but it's 3v5?
I think DK will have to buy back. They're throwing the Tempest double out there.
Yeah. You kind of want this one standing. Look at Dolphin. He might just be able to get a solo kill into the Snapfire. What are they going to do to keep him alive? You need every single member to try and protect the base. And
hook shot to the back of the DP.
Members block the hook shot. And now they might turn to the Dragon Knight. He just bought back.
He just bought back.
And he's going to send to the grave instantly. Fonte got the Terror Wave out. So now he's playing with the bonus meta damage. The Monobi Kiss is not enough to get the kill, but they'll turn to TZY instead. And BKB is going to buy him a little bit of time to retreat away. As they can turn to the Death Prophet, Fonte, Metamorph is activated, and now the physical damage. NJ, he doesn't have the armor to stay strong. Fonte will charge up the high gun, and finally, over 60 minutes, but it doesn't look like we're going to get tier 5 items. LBZS, 3v5, no buybacks available out of the members on Radiant. They'll keep alive the real Arc Warden, but it's going to be Mega
Arc Warden could
Creeps.
defend this. Hero needs to be removed from the game because you got 2 supports with no ultimates. You got no 2 other cores to be able to play with. You got Mega Creeps. You got a TB that's as farmed as this. Push it into the game.
DQQ. He's like, all right, just take my life. I didn't have a buyback, but I'll sacrifice myself for the cause. But unfortunately, his sacrifice is not enough. Dolphin, along with LBZS, will be able to take Game 3 and find their second series victory. 4-1. What a game performance from them as well. In 61 minutes, they looked really, really good.